wait just for a few more moments to see if someone else connects. Good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Hope everyone is okay at home. As I say earlier, you don't need to take your pajamas off. It's gonna be kind of gentle today, same as last week. Today I would like to focus on the spine. Five cervical vertebrae, 12 thoracic vertebrae, 5 lumbar vertebrae, sacrum, and 3 little bones at the end, which is the coccyx. How much do we know our spine? It's a good question. So I would like you to know your spine today. I want to introduce you to your spine today with spine movement today. So focusing on all the movements. We can bend forwards, we can bend backwards, and also towards the sides. So it's gonna be my focus today. It's gonna feel very stretchy, and also the feeling while we are performing our movements. As a body worker, also I try to encourage people to know themselves a lot, mainly because the spine is not only important for us to stand nice and tall, but also it carries our nervous system, so on the spinal cord. Many times, I guess all of us at some point have said a good trapped nerve. So what happens is that at some point we think that yes, there are nerves trapped between the vertebrae, which is some of the reasons people go to the body workers, just to release that trap. So that's what I want to teach you to do today, how to create space between the vertebrae and release any kind of tension or any kind of trapped nerve that could be there. So let's get started. I'm gonna put my ball aside. If you've got a ball, it's gonna be a very good tool. If you don't have it, it's fine. So let's start with a simple cat-cow stretch. You bring your flats back, hands underneath the shoulders and your knees underneath the hips. Backwards and forwards. There's our first move. Cat-cow stretch. So arch your back, pressing the floor. Take your chin. And then creating a big arch on your back. The first thing that you feel is a big stretch between the shoulder blades. But also, can you just check that you're tilting your pelvis forwards? So can you see this movement here? Tilt the pelvis, and then you're gonna feel the stretch on the lumbar area. The more you try to stretch, the more space you'll be creating. Going in the other direction into cow stretch. Shoulders back. Now this time, we lift the tailbone. Look up with your eyes and let the belly button fall to the floor. Do it a few times, going with your breath. Again, the most challenging part here is actually tilting the pelvis. We are not used to bring that movement to the pelvis, but with a little bit of practice it comes. Breathing in, into your cow. Exhale into cat. Inhale. Exhale. Middle and lower back working hard. How about your cervical vertebrae? Removing your neck. Making a C shape with your spine. Making a C shape with your spine. Go with that. Visualize your spine. This is a good way just to start preparing the body for spine movement. So that was the first movement. Backwards and forwards. Beautiful. Let's now move into the sides. I tell people all the time, look back over your right shoulder. So that is only your neck moving. How about if we look further back? Look at your heel. How about if you look even further back? I tell people, look at the back of your knee. Creating a C shape with the spine, side to side this time. And then turn around. Look over the other shoulder. Look even further on your heel. Look even further at the back of your knee. Over the right again. And over the left. So this is a simple one. It's a kind of stretch that you can do at home at any moment. No need to be warmed up. It's just a light stretch. Continuing with the side, the lateral movements. Shall we take a sit? Make yourself comfortable and make sure that both of your tailbones are set, that both of your hips are just sat on the floor. Sit, long spine, and again, one hand goes to the floor. Close to you, avoid reaching away from you. Keep it close to you. And then stretch the other arm. Once you can't stretch anymore, just bend. Again, C shape with your spine. This time, it's going to be a bit more intense. What do we need to know at this point is that if your chest is rolling forwards, just push the top shoulder back. Soft the top arm and relax the wrist. As you can see, I am really encouraging my spine to really bend to the sides. How's it feeling? Big stretch here on the sides of the body, like ribs opening between them. As the feeling, creating a big space between the hips and the rib cage. Let's go to the other side. Same again, hand close to you. Stretch. Once you feel that you can't stretch anymore, take your side bend. Pull the shoulder back whenever you need to. Again, encourage the C shape. Let's add some intensity now. Come on the floor. Into another C shape. This time we create a back bend. Bend both of your knees. Come into bow pose. Grab the outside of your heels. There's a big stretch on the front of your body too, but today we're focusing on the spine movement. So the first thing that you need to try do is putting your heels on your butt. Yeah, everything depends on how's your flexibility today. Yeah, so you try just to kick your feet inside your hands. And how we do that? You just try to extend your legs without letting your feet go. And breathe as you extend your legs, lifting the chest. Now feel how your shoulder blades are coming together. Lifting your eye gates, and then again trying to create a C shape. Focus on that C shape. No need to go that high. Yes, sometimes you can see me doing like crazy things, but you don't need to do it today. Do it little by little. Let's go on the other direction. Release. Place your hands on the floor. Lift the chest, the hips and knees. And then come into an easy downward facing dog. Alright. Hands shoulder width apart. And then press the heel with your hands. Look back between your knees. Stretching here, the front of the body. After this, sit on your heels and let's go for rabbit pose. What happens with rabbit pose? That is a big spine traction. So what happens here is that we are gonna curl the spine. In my classes I tell people, imagine that your spine and the whole body is a cinnamon roll, yeah? So we have to really roll the body all the way down forwards in order to find, again, the stretch between the vertebrae. Crucial information for rabbit pose. The crown of the head should be touching the floor all the time, and then your chin should be touching your chest all the time. People tend to put the forehead on the floor. That's not gonna be very good, because otherwise the cervical vertebrae are not gonna be involved into the stretch. All right, so the first step is bringing the hands down towards the heels. Tuck your chin, and then place the crown of the head on the floor. I like to see this little inverted triangle between my knees. There is a good place to place your nose there. Everything depending on how you feel today. I choose not doing it, so I show you how it's done. Grab your heels, secure your heels here, and then lift the hips by extending your legs. As you can see, the crown of the head is here, touching the floor all the time. My hands are firm on the heels, and then I try to extend my legs as much as I can, creating a full spine stretch. Breathing in, and here we go. Advanced option, walk your knees towards your forehead. And keep pulling. Suck the belly in, and lift. Little by little, we come back. Heads back towards the heels, and then with a nice in-breath, we wound ourselves up. I love this stretch. It feels so good. And again, it's a spine traction, creating big spaces between the vertebrae. Each one, if you do it properly, you're gonna be creating big spaces between each one of your 33 vertebrae. Actually, when I learned this one, I was told that people report to grow a few centimeters. It hasn't happened to me, but I don't lose my hope. I guess it's people like standing taller and they feel that they are actually taller or they have grown. I would really like to grow a couple of inches. It would be good. However, let's go to the back again. Turn around. And then come on your back. We were bending forwards. Now let's go backwards again. So where I want to take you is to a full bridge. But we have to start with something simple. Bend your knees and bring your heels close to your butts. And place the hands just on the sides of your body. Look up in as you breathe. Lift the hips off the floor. You may want to stay here for 2 or 3 breathings and then roll the spine down. So take it easy, yeah? No need to be hard to yourself. However, if you've been practicing, if you've been looking forward to a full back bend, you can lace your fingers here, stretch, press the hands on the floor, and then climb on your shoulders. Now you can lift the hips even higher, digging your heels into the floor. There you are. And then on your own time, no need to do it today. This is something again that comes with the time. We are not used to back bends. Fingertips towards the shoulders, and then push yourself up into a full bridge. Where are you looking? Look between your hands. Press everything. The heel of your hands and your heels. Open the whole front of the body, creating again another C shape. It doesn't come at the first time unless you've been practicing. So please look after yourselves. Come back slowly, do it for a couple of breaths, and then go back. If you've got one of these bowls, it's a great tool. I've been teaching people at some point doing it on the bowl, so it's easy just to roll back. And then you can stay here. And it feels so good, yeah? So you just can start resting on the ball. You walk backwards and forwards. And it feels so safe again. Again, just take your time. Back bends. I won't say they are complicated, but it is something that you have to take step by step. Going back into the side bends. My favorite one, extend one leg and place the opposite foot inside your thighs. Hand facing up, inside your leg, come into a very deep side bend. Stretch again. When you feel that you can't stretch anymore, come to the sides. And again, check your chest. If it's rolling in, pull that shoulder back, making a C shape with the spine. And hold for a few breaths again. As a body worker, there is a particular muscle here that is stretching, is the quadratus lumborum. Lumborum is in the lumbar area. Very deep and very difficult to reach. And when it stands, what happens is that we tend to have a very tight lower back. So doing this stretch, people tend to find it too tough. Some people don't like it. I feel this is a kind of masochism because it's a kind of a good pain. And let's switch sides. And in, stretch, and then come to the side. Just release. Breathing in and breathing out. How about if we stretch the whole way up? Placing your fingers, now stretch. stretch. Eye gaze to the front, shin palette to the floor. Yes. And then can you just reach the crown of the head towards your hands? Lock your elbows. Now feel the length on your spine again. There is something that I want to share with you, which is another kind of spine traction. Your thumbs crossing your ears, place your fingers on the back, elbows forwards, take a big breath, tuck your chin and drive your elbows down towards the floor. Keep pulling firmly as you breathe out. And slowly coming up. It feels so good. It's good because you're gonna find some stretch again between the base of the skull and the first thoracic vertebrae. Also here, the muscle of the stress, the trapezius, gets a big stretch, a bit of the erector spinae, and also yeah, basically that, shoulders, erector spinae, and the first thoracic vertebrae, as well as the cervical vertebrae. So it's very nice just to release a little bit of tension on the upper body. Well, I hope you liked it, and enjoy the rest of your day. If you've got any questions or any feedback, please write a comment below, and see you next time. Namaste.